Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the 5 Minute Facebook Ministry, giving God all the glory. My name is Anthony Daniels, and today we'll come out of the book of Matthew, the 3rd verse, the 10th chapter. That's Matthew 3 and 10. And I'm reading out of the New King James Version. I guess the King James Version. I don't have the New King James Version on my computer here like I do my iPad, but it reads out of the King James Version. And now also the axe is laid unto the root of the trees. Therefore every tree which bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. And now also the axe is laid unto the root of the trees. Therefore every tree which bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Now this is a verse, and the Bible has a lot of beautiful verses in it. A lot of verses that tell of the promises of things to come, of what will happen, of what God has planned for us. And this is one of those verses, except this is not a blessing type verse. This is a verse of condemnation. It says, and now also the axe is laid unto the root of the trees. And this is in the trees, in this case, is mankind. And the axe is the judgment of mankind. And it says, therefore every tree which bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. And that fire is a consuming hell. We've seen, there's many times in the Bible where it says there will be gnashing of teeth because of the intense agony of being cast into this fire. And it says, if we do not have good fruit, we will be cut down. We will be cut down. So how do we obtain this good fruit? How do we obtain this good fruit? Again, this is why I make it so important for us to understand that the Bible is our owner's manual. It tells us the things we need to know. We need to be grafted into the vine, and Jesus being that vine. And how do we become grafted into the vine? We accept Jesus as our personal Savior. We accept Jesus as our personal Savior. And He will graft us in to Him. And then through Him, good fruit will start to come out of us. Okay? We will start bringing out good fruit. Because what will be inside of us will be coming from Jesus, not from this world. And and we need to understand that. And then once we accept Jesus Christ as our personal Savior, and start reading His Word, and start praying, and start coming to Him for strength and guidance, we assure ourselves of not being cast into the fire. And we can't always look at all the verses that promise us good things, that tells us how great it's going to be, about the streets of gold and the houses in our kingdom that God has set aside for us. Sometimes we got to realize that what happens if we don't do what we're supposed to do? What happens if we don't become children of God? We're going to be cast into the fire, into the fiery furnace, and we will be there for eternity. We will be there for eternity. The Bible doesn't list a second chance. The Bible doesn't give us a reprieve. We don't get a do-over. Okay? We get one chance. That's this life on this earth. And we have to understand that, God has given us a choice. He's given us a choice. He's told us what is going to happen if we follow Him. He's given us guidance on what is going to happen if we don't follow Him. And in this example here, it says, you will be cut down and cast into the fire. That is that second death. It's the spiritual meaning. That second death is you will be cut down and thrown into the fire. We're all going to die the first death, which is just a physical death. But in that spiritual death, a lot of us will not experience a spiritual death. We will not be cut down and thrown into the fire. We will be allowed to live with Jesus Christ in His kingdom forever. Forever. That's a long time. That is a long time. And I want to be there with God, and I hope that you do too. And I hope that this encourages you to do that. And again, if you have not accepted Jesus Christ as your personal Savior, I just ask you to get on your knees right now. I just ask Him to come into your life. Use whatever words you can think of. You know, there's no particular way to come to God except humbly and truthfully from the heart. That's it. Just mean it from the heart and be humble about it. And Jesus will do the rest. Let Him work in your life. Let Him restore you. Let Him keep you. That's all the time that I have. I ask you to pray for my wife. She's a little under the weather today, Leah. And also I'd like to pray for Terry Morgan and his family. His father just passed away. That God gives him strength in his time of bereavement. That's all the time that I have. God bless you. God love you. And I love you too. Have a great day.